Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Davila. Welcome back to SOS IT. It's time for another sorting algorithm known as InsertionSort that we'll first explain using an ASCII representation and then implement in Java. It helps if we visualize the inner mechanism of this algorithm as taking playing cards from one hand and passing them to the other. The algorithm starts off by taking the first element from the left hand and inserting it as the first element in the right hand. Then it will take the second element in the left hand and inserting as the second element in the right hand. But it will then compare it to the previous element, and seeing that -5 is of a lesser value than 1, the elements will switch positions. It will keep doing this with the third element and so on until the entire array is sorted in the right hand. In our case, the third value is 8. It passed into the right hand as a third element after -5 and 1, and seeing that 8 is of a greater value than both, it maintained its position and no elements were switched. Now let's implement this in Java. First we wrote our class. So a public class myInsertionSort. And let's write the main method of our class in the beginning. So public static void main string array args, where we declare the array to be sorted and then call on the method InsertionSort that will contain the algorithm logic, offering it the array as an argument. So we have an integer array 4296, 23, 12, 34, 01. And now call the InsertionSort method and offer it input as a parameter. But now let's write the method that will print our array in the terminal. So let's make it private static void print numbers, with an integer array called input as a parameter. The condition of the for loop will be as long as the I variable, whose initial value is 0, will have a lesser value than the length of the array received as an argument, I is to be incremented. To print out our array, we have system.out.print, and we will print the element I from the input array, plus a comma and a space to separate the elements. So system.out.print input I, plus the comma and a space as a string. And after we close the loop, we will print out a new line to separate every step of the algorithm for readability. The InsertionSort method will contain the sorting logic, so public static void InsertionSort, and it will receive an integer array as a parameter. First, we need to declare a variable that contains the length of the array, and we declare it like so: int10 equals array.length. Now inside the loop, we will have a variable j that will be an integer, and will contain the number of elements that have already been sorted. So the initial value of j will be 1. As long as j is smaller than the length of the array, with each loop iteration j will be incremented. The key variable will contain the value of the element j in the array. Key is what the algorithm is currently working with, the value that it's currently working with. Because key is the j element, and because j is incremented with each loop iteration until it gets to the length of the array, key will first off be the first element, then the second, then the third, and so on until we sorted the last element in the array. That's why we have it inside the loop. Now, to be able to sort, we need the variable that will contain the previous position of key in the array, to have something to compare it to. So int I equals j minus 1. If key is array j, then the previous index is j minus 1. Inside the while loop, if I is greater than -1, just so you don't get to the other side, and the element I in the array is greater than key, array I plus 1 equals array I. This is where we switch the elements. If the key element is smaller than the previous element, and if we have more elements before it, we switch the two. In case there are more elements of a greater value to the left of key, we have to keep moving key to the left, and we will do that by decrementing I at the end of the loop. Now we have the array I plus 1 equals key. This is where we make space to insert key and call the method print numbers with the array as an argument. Now let's compile our script. We see I missed the semicolon. Let's compile it again. Let's execute the script. And as we can see, it worked. And that's about it for today. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Any questions you might have are to be left down in the comment section or on our website www.sosit.co. Again, that's www.sosit.co. Thanks for watching and have a nice day.